Do you ever wish that someone could just give you the secret to singing in your mixed voice? What even is mixed voice? Well, we know that it sounds like we're blending our chest voice and our head voice together so that you can sing those high money notes and sound loud and powerful, but without all the strain and weight. But people are wondering, why does my voice keep breaking in the mixed voice? Is it possible that you have a hidden tension preventing your vocal cords from experiencing the freedom that the mixed voice offers?
Could be.
Inconsistent airflow?
I can see that happening, yes.
Okay, hold on. Even after all this time, is it possible that you still haven't found the proper vocal cord closure? I mean, come on.
I could see that as a very real possibility.
I'm so excited to share a few vocal exercises with you today that's gonna finally help you fix that break in your mixed voice. Let's go. Hey, what's up, my friend? I'm Tyler Wysong, and I really do appreciate you spending some of your time with me today. I have 4 vocal exercises that I'm going to show you that are going to help you fix that break in your mixed voice. So let's head over to the piano and let's jump right in. Before I show you these 4 exercises, I do want to address a tension that can really get in the way of you connecting and that could be causing you to break in your mixed voice, and that's your jaw. The jaw is interconnected to the throat as well as the tongue, and a tense jaw can actually trigger a tense tongue and a tense throat. It's a good idea to play around with things that can help release the jaw. Here's a really goofy one. If you take your fingers and you pull on your ears like this, and you hold that for 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds even, some people even go a couple minutes, you will notice all this fascia releasing. I've heard PTs talk about this. I'm not gonna get too into all the connections there, but just know there is a deep connection with the ear fascia and the jaw musculature. Try that first to first of all get this to release, and then you can either use a knuckle or a wine cork and just do a few sighs to get used to making sound without your jaw engaging. Now, when you do this, you don't want to be biting on your knuckle or on the wine cork. It should be relatively relaxed. A tight jaw can tighten all of your articulators, it can tighten your throat, and it can rob you of your resonance. So it's always a good idea as a singer to be checking in with what your jaw is doing. All right, so let's jump into these exercises that are gonna help you fix that break in your mixed voice. The first one is a puffy cheek, but I wanna show you a little secret to make the puffy cheek more efficient. If you take your hand like this and you blow on it like you're cooling off hot food, that's the amount of airflow you're gonna be using. No more, no less. Now, turn your voice on. And then just puff your cheeks up in that fashion and try using that as your setup for the puffy cheek. So it should feel very light, very easy. It's very light, it's very gentle, it's very easy, and I feel that voice just kind of shooting up the vertical in my head on that top pitch especially. All right, exercise number 2 is range of motion of timbre. Now, this exercise I was taught by a gentleman named Chadley Ballantyne, and it's amazing, and it's really good, especially if your voice is breaking in the mixed voice. So we are gonna get this really bright twangy sound and a darker low pitch sound. It's gonna sound like this. Ooh. So you hear that bright ooh and then a darker ooh. And then we're going to go to an ah. Ooh, So this exercise can be really good for fixing that break in the voice, because sometimes we get larynx locked. And so if you start making sound in different laryngeal positions, because that's essentially what I'm doing, it's a higher larynx on the bright sound and a lower larynx on the dark sound, and then on the ah, somewhere in the middle, sometimes that can just resolve everything. Okay, let's move on to exercise number 3. But before we do that, if you're enjoying this video so far, please smash that like button for me. Give me a like. Also, let me know down in the comments if you're liking these exercises so far. But let's move on to exercise number 3. So this exercise is really amazing, and a gentleman named Brian Gill taught me this one, and it is called the nose pinch lip roll. It's kind of a weird one, but it works really good for fixing the break in the voice. So first of all, you got to find this kind of nasally sound. If you say hey, okay, and then you're going to keep that hey while you lip trill. So you get this kind of nasal lip trill, or like lip trilling and humming at the same time. And I'd recommend just kind of stepping through your break area. Then once you start getting the hang of that, you could do a major scale. It's like kind of a strange sound, but it works really good of getting rid of the break. It just feels like all of a sudden your vocal cords can move up and down through that range. You can also kind of use this as an onset into a vowel. Yeah, something like that. Coming, but I know. Okay, so you can use that for like real singing. It's not gonna sound nasal or anything once you spring back to a vowel. It just helps you get rid of that break in the mix. Okay, now I do want to show you exercise number 4, which is kind of a game changer, especially if you struggle with a break like a lot of us do. This is not a you problem, this is an all of us problem. We all go through this at some point. But I do just want to mention, these are just tips. This isn't a systematic approach here. These are just some ideas to get you in the right direction. If you are interested in a systematic approach to training your voice, I made something for you, and it's called Vertical Voice Academy. It is my life's work thus far on how to build and develop the entire voice. If you want to check that out, I have a link for you down below. All right, let's move on to exercise number 4. I learned this one from one of my first vocal mentors many years ago, Brett Manning. And this exercise is amazing. It's really good if you break in your mixed voice. I call this exercise the kick drum. So what you do is you make this kind of this, like, I think it sounds like a dance kick or something. It can be helpful to plug your nose when you do it, so you're not humming, but you're making this like elongated B sound. So something like this. Now what you would want to do is just put that on an arpeggio. And you can do it really light, really gentle. It doesn't have to be like hard or compressed or anything. It's kind of a goofy sound, but you can hear that's a really good mixed coordination right there. Let's do one more. It's interesting, even without having a vowel on that exercise, I still feel the voice turn up into my head on that top pitch. I perceive the voice up kind of in my forehead area. It doesn't really matter exactly where it goes as long as it's up in your head somewhere. But it's not disconnecting. It's not a falsetto-y sound. It's a mixed sound. So what you would want to do is then open that sound up to a ba but keep a little bit of that elongated B sound. Ba 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 So you can take that one all the way to the top. You can just focus kind of in the middle. But if you practice that, that's going to help fix your break. So my friend, there you go. There are 4 exercises that if you work on, those should absolutely get you headed in the right direction. Remember, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. The point is you're headed down the right path. I hope this video helped you. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, go ahead, hit subscribe to my channel. And if you do want some further advice on fixing that break in your range, make sure you check this video out right here. See you now.